Hello friends! Today you'll see how actors of the movie Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone 2001 have changed. You'll know their original names and age. I will show you how they looked then in 2001 and what's with them now in 2020. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go! Ronald Bilius Weasley, Ron, was a pure-blood wizard. Ron began attending Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry and was sorted into Gryffindor House. He soon became best friends with fellow student Harry Potter and later Hermione Granger. He was played by Rupert Grint. Draco Lucius Malfoy, Tom Felton, was pure-blood wizard, the son of the Death Eater. Draco was raised to strongly believe in the importance of blood purity. He attended Hogwarts School and was sorted into Slytherin House. He quickly developed a rivalry with Harry Potter. Professor Rubius Hagrid, Robbie Coltrane, was half-giant wizard. Hagrid attended Hogwarts. He was framed by Tom Riddle for the crime of opening the Chamber of Secrets. He was expelled. He was trained as gamekeeper of Hogwarts and allowed to live on the school grounds. Gregory Goyle, Josh Hartman, was a pure-blood wizard in the same year as Harry Potter at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. He was sorted into Slytherin House. Goyle was the son of the Death Eater and his wife. It is unknown if he was a Death Eater as well. Severus Snape, Alan Rickman, was an English half-blood wizard serving as Potions Master, head of Slytherin House, Defense Against the Dark Arts Professor, and headmaster of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, as well as the member of the Order of the Phoenix. Neville Longbottom, Matthew Lewis, was pure-blood wizard. Neville began school at Hogwarts School. He was mostly a shy, clumsy, introverted boy who was constantly being told by his grandmother that he was not good enough or living up to his parents' accomplishments. Dudley Dursley was the Muggle son of Vernon and Petunia Dursley and cousin of Harry Potter. He was obese and insolent as a result of his parents spoiling him throughout his childhood, although he became muscular in his teens. Dudley was courted by Harry Melling. Professor McGonagall, Maggie Smith, was half-blood witch. She attended Hogwarts and was sorted into Gryffindor House, but it took the Sorting Hat 5.5 minutes to decide if she was Gryffindor or Ravenclaw. She became deputy headmistress and headmistress of Hogwarts. Griphook, Warren Troyer, was a goblin who worked at Gringotts Wizarding Bank in Diagon Alley. Being a goblin, Griphook thoroughly distrusted wizardkind and hated wizarding arrogance, stemming from the fact that goblins has been treated brutally by wizards in the past. Professor Albus Dumbledore, Richard Harris, was half-blood wizard who was the Defense Against the Dark Arts Professor and later the headmaster of Hogwarts School of Wizardry. Dumbledore also served as Supreme Mugwump in the International Confederation of Wizards. Dean Thomas, Alfred Enoch, is the son of a wizard father and a Muggle mother, though he believed he was Muggle-born when he went to Hogwarts. Dean appeared to be very artistic and was said to be good with the quill. In his first year, he drew a large Gryffindor lion. Susan Bones, played by Eleanor Columbus, was a half-blood witch and Hufflepuff student at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Most members of her family, including her grandparents, her Uncle Edgar, his wife and their children, were killed by Lord Voldemort. Petunia Dursley, Fiona Shaw, was Muggle woman, elder sister of the Muggle-born witch Lily Potter. During her childhood, she broke off contact with her sister and refused to have any contact with the wizarding world. Petunia became guardian of her nephew, Harry Potter. Professor Flitwick, Warwick Davis, was a part-goblin wizard who attended Hogwarts and was sorted into Ravenclaw House, being an intelligent man and a model student. Sometime he returned to Hogwarts and became the Charms Master, as well as the head of the Ravenclaw House. Molly Weasley, Julie Walters, was pureblood witch and matriarch of the Weasley family after marrying Arthur Weasley. Molly attended Hogwarts School of Wizardry. Mrs. Weasley also played a large part in the life of Harry Potter, acting as a motherly figure towards him. Angelina Weasley, Danielle Tabor, was a witch and a Gryffindor student at Hogwarts School of Wizardry. She was also the captain of the Gryffindor Quidditch team in her 7th year, which was also Harry's 5th year. She was described to be a tall, brave, and pretty witch. Professor Quirrell, Ian Hart, was a half-blood wizard who attended Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry and was sorted into Ravenclaw House. He was the Muggle Studies professor at Hogwarts, though he later became the defense against the Dark Arts professor during. George Weasley, Oliver Phelps, was an English pure-blood wizard, the 5th son and the less dominant among the twins of Arthur Weasley and Molly Weasley, younger brother of Bill, Charlie, and Percy, and older brother to Ron and Ginny. He and Fred were popular students. Uncle Vernon Dursley, Richard Griffith, was an arrogant, surly, abrasive, and English Muggle, husband of Petunia Evans, father of Dudley, and uncle-in-law of Harry Potter. He despised his nephew Harry and spitefully bullied him all throughout the latter's childhood. Madame Rolanda Hooch, Zoe Wanamaker, was kind of witch who worked as the flying instructor, Quidditch referee, and coach at Hogwarts School. She learned to fly on her own silver arrow broomstick sometime before or during the Great War and returned to Hogwarts for a job. Gary Ollivander, John Hurt, was a half-blood wizard who was the proprietor of Ollivanders in Diagon Alley during most of the 20th century. Ollivander was widely considered the best wand maker in the world, and many wizards and witches bought their wands for him. Percy Weasley, Chris Rankin, was an English pure-blood wizard, the younger brother of Bill and Charlie, and the older brother of Ron, Ginny, George, and the late Fred Weasley. He attended Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry and was both a prefect and head boy. Vincent Crabbe, Jamie Whalett, was a pure-blood wizard and the son of the Death Eater Crabbe Sr. He came from a line of dark wizards and Death Eaters, with his father and possibly grandfather before him. Crabbe was a student at Hogwarts and a member of Slytherin House. Sir Nicholas de Nimsey Porpington, known after his death as Nearly Headless Nick, ᴛᴇs, was a wizard who attended Hogwarts School. He was executed by an improper decapitation. Since then, he became the resident ghost of Gryffindor Tower at the Hogwarts Castle. Fred Weasley, James Phelps, was an English pure-blood wizard, was the 4th son and the middle child, the most daring and dominant among the twins. He attended Hogwarts and was sorted into Gryffindor House. Fred was a popular student, known for his sense of humor. August Filch, David Bradley, was a squib and the caretaker of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft. Mr. Filch usually wandered around the school corridors with his cat Mrs. Norris, trying to catch students breaking the school rules and complaining about ᴑᴜs the poltergeist. Oliver Wood, Sean Biggerstaff, was a Scottish wizard who was the keeper and captain for the Gryffindor Quidditch team. He attended Hogwarts School of Witchcraft. He was known for his determination and skill on the playing field, and his long lectures before practices. Marcus Flint, Jamie Yates, was a wizard who attended Hogwarts and was sorted into Slytherin House. At some point, he joined the Slytherin Quidditch team as a chaser and became its captain by his 5th year. Marcus played as a chaser on the Slytherin Quidditch team. Hermione Granger was Muggle-born witch. She possessed a brilliant academic mind and proved to be a gifted student in almost every subject that she studied. I found this photo where was said that's Emma Watson, but I want to warn you that it isn't true. Actually, here's Emma Watson. Harry James Potter, Daniel Radcliffe, was an English half-blood wizard and one of the most famous wizards of modern times. He was the only child and son of James and Lily Potter. He proved to be highly talented in the areas of defense against the dark arts and Quidditch. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please share it on social networks, like it, and of course subscribe to the channel.